Hey, how's it going, guys? Winter Kills here. Welcome to a brand new combo video for Atlantean Mermails. Haven't done a combo video for this deck in quite some time, but feeling a bit inspired with all the Mermail stuff popping up around. I figured I'd put out a combo video of my own with some sort of unique, at least one pretty much unique combo, at least to this particular build, or this build that I put together, this style of build, whatever you want to call it. But we'll be showcasing that a little bit later on. If you guys haven't noticed already, the way the timeline at the bottom of the video is segmented because of the timestamp, so it should allow you to easily separate and see where each new combo starts and ends. So we're gonna go ahead and show you guys these 4 combos that I have, all somewhat a bit different than the previous one. So I hope you guys are gonna enjoy it and find it to be somewhat useful. And then before we go any further, of course, a quick shout out to Imperium Duelist, provider of this playmat and these sleeves that I'm using. These gorgeous sleeves on the main deck. This really nice pink color and the black inside. Really nice. If you guys want to get these sleeves for this mat, check out their website down below and help support the channel by using that discount code at checkout. Winter Kills 10 off. You'll help save 10% off your entire order, and you'll also support the channel in the process. So it does, it's a bit of a win-win if you ask me. And of course, if you're buying anything on TCG Player, don't forget to use my affiliate link. Because you'll help support the channel in the process for, picking up cards you are already going to buy at no extra cost to you. And lastly, consider hitting that join button down below to become a member of the channel today. Alright, so getting right into it, the first combo here is going to consist of these 3 cards, the Deep Sea Diva, the Fishborg Launcher, and the Atlantean Dragoons. So yeah, this is going to be a pretty cool combo taking advantage of that Boojin link, but in a bit of a different way, I suppose. But yeah, so we're going to use the Deep Sea Diva. We'll use her effect to summon out Neptibus, the Atlantean Prince, and then of course we're going to use its effect to send Dragoons, and then we'll add a copy of Dragoons off of its effect, and then off the Dragoons engraved, we're going to add a copy of Megalo. Now from here, we're going to summon the Megalo by discarding both the Dragoons and the Launcher to the graveyard. It's important we leave this copy of Dragoons in our hand here for what's about to come next. So from now, we're going to search off Megalo for that Abyssgal and Mizuchi, and then Dragoons is going to net us, of course, that copy of Mulan Glacia. Now, at this point, we're going to go ahead and use Fishborg Launcher to summon itself out from the grave, and we're going to go ahead and link these 2 off. This will get banished, of course, because of its own effect, but we're going to link off those 2 monsters into the Bujinki Ahashima, which is a new link out of Dual Overload. But basically on summon, we can summon, it takes 2 monsters, of course, at the same level to make, first of all. But when it's summoned, we can special summon 1 monster from our hand and 1 monster from our grave with the same level. And once we do that, immediately after, we have to Ixie summon for 1 monster using those monsters we summoned. So we're going to summon this level 4 in our hand and this level 4 in our graveyard. And they both happen to be copies of Dragoons, which will work out perfectly. And then, of course, we have to Ixie summon immediately after. So we're going to go for the Bahamut Shark. Now, from here, we're going to go ahead and use Shark to detach the Dragoons. And then we'll use that to summon out the Totally Awesome. And then from here, we're going to use Dragoon's effect to go ahead and search a Sea Serpent from our deck, which is going to be none other than the Atlantean Heavy Infantry. And why? Well, you're about to see why. Because we're going to synchro the Megalo and the Deep Sea Diva, a 7 and a 2 for a 9 for the Ravenous Crocosaur Arquetus, which when summoned, we can draw cards up to the number of non-tuner monsters we used for its summon. So we used 1. So we can go ahead and draw 1 random card here. And then lastly, of course, since we have 5 engraved, we can special summon Mulan Glacia, just like that, and take 2 cards from their hand. And at a bare minimum here, we still have 2 cards in hand to discard for our Ravenous Crocosaur Arquetus, which will allow us to pop 2 cards because we'll be discarding Heavy Infantry. And we also have 1 random card that we drew off of the Crocosaur. Not to mention that, but we also technically still have, 2 other random cards that we started with in this hand. So ending this combo with a total of 5 cards in hand off of just Diva, Dragoons, and the Launcher. And the Dragoons, of course, could either be the Deep Sea Aria, or the Launcher could be a copy of 1 for 1. Obviously, we'll need to use a bit more cards, but it doesn't have to be just those 3. Obviously, Diva has to be Diva. I guess Diva does have to be Diva, but Dragoons could be either itself or Aria. Deep Sea Aria, that is, and Launcher could be itself either that or the copy of 1 for 1. So yeah, that's it for that combo. We're going to go ahead and reset and show you guys combo number 2. Alright, so this next combo is just going to require Mermail, Abyss Pike, Atlantean Dragoons, and a copy of Neptibus. And of course, one random water. This could be literally any water in the deck. It does not matter. Just using Tejas, for example, say we do not need this card with this particular hand that we have. So the first thing to do is we're going to, again, this could just be any water or Deep Sea Aria. Like I said, it does not make too big of a difference. But we're going to normal summon the Abyss Pike, use its effect to discard the Dragoons to go ahead and add a copy of the Gund. And then our Sea Serpent we're going to be searching as a copy of Megalo. Next up, we'll special summon the Megalo by discarding the Gund and the Prince. Unfortunately, we'll be able to get the Gund effect here, but that's not really what we're after. We're going to add a copy of Mizuchi and also special summon the Dragoons. And this combo also plays around Nibiru, which is, of course, a nice bonus. But then we're going to summon the Toad off the Bahamut Shark like that. And, of course, we're going to add a copy of the Mulan Glacia next off of that Dragoons. Now, from here, we're going to go ahead and link off the Megalo and the Bahamut Shark with the materials underneath it for a copy of the Anemone. And then here, since we haven't used Prince's like on-field effect yet, we're going to revive it with Anemone. But before we use Prince, we're going to summon that Mulan Glacia. And now at this point, we're going to do the classic send Dragoons to add Dragoon and a copy of Megalo. And this is where that extra random water will come in handy. So we're going to summon the Megalo by discarding our Dragoons and, of course, that random water, which in this case could be Tejas. It doesn't make too big of a difference. And then we're going to go ahead and search off of that Dragoons, which is going to be that Lapis Dragon. We'll special summon the Lapis Dragon to the field. We'll go ahead and link off the Lapis Dragon and the Prince into a copy of the Crystron Halqifibrax, or better known as the Needle Fiber. And that will special summon out the Fishborg Launcher. And from there, we'll use the Fishborg Launcher and the Megalo to go ahead and synchro into the Adamancipator Risen Dragite. Now, at this point, there's still a couple other things we could do. There's a bit of a splitting point. There's sort of a fork in the road for this combo at this point. We could either summon the Fishborg Launcher back, since we do have all waters in our grave, and then synchro with the Launcher and the Mulan for a copy of Crocosaur to draw an additional card. Or we can do what we're going to do right here, which is to link off the Anemone and the Halqifibrax into a copy of Mistar Boy, then link off the Mistar Boy and the Launcher. The Launcher will get banished into a copy of Alacia, and that will allow us to make live this copy of the Abyss Scale of the Mizuchi. So we end on a Mulan, the Adamancipator Risen Dragite, the Totally Awesome, and the Mermail Alacia with the Abyss Scale equipped and ready to go, with also with that hand, 1 or 2 extra cards in hand, depending on how we were going first or second. So not too bad. That's it for that combo. Now we'll go ahead and show you guys combo number 3. So of course, this combo video wouldn't be a complete combo video without a few Tejas Dragoons combos. So for this one is a bit different than the standard Tejas Dragoons combo, I would say. So this combo is best illustrated when you pair these 2 cards with 3 random cards. We're not going to look at these cards until after the entire combo is done, because it sort of adds to the overall, I guess, effect of the combo. So either way, what we're going to do is start by special summoning the Tejas by discarding the Dragoons. We're going to go ahead and add Diva and, of course, a copy of Gund. From here, we'll go ahead and normal summon the Diva and go ahead and special summon Prince. From there, we'll send the Dragoons to add Dragoons and add a copy of Megalo. Now from here, we're going to link the Tejas and the Diva into a copy of Mermail Abyss, not Mermail Abyss Alacia, but rather the Crystron Halqifibrax. And then from here, we're going to special summon a tuner from deck, which is going to be a copy of the Deep Sea Diva. Now at this point, we're going to go ahead and special summon this Megalo by discarding the Dragoons and the Gund. We're going to be able to add off the Megalo, which is going to get us Mizuchi. And we're going to be able to add Mulan Glacia off, of course, our Dragoon Search, but we're also going to revive this Tejas. Now, right now, we're going to go ahead and overlay, importantly here, into a copy of Mecha Phantom Beast Dracosac. This is where I sort of take my own spin on this Tejas Dragoons combo, at least for this current format. So the next thing to do is going to be to special summon Mulan Glacia, because I believe here, yep, we should have 5 water monsters in our grave. We do have to sacrifice our Mulan here, but it's going to be worth it in the end. At least I think so for the most part. So we're going to link off the Needle Fiber and the Mulan for a copy of Mistar Boy. Importantly, got to be Mistar Boy here, because we can actually use it in conjunction with our Mecha Phantom Beast Dracosac to add back any water here momentarily. So we're going to detach off of our Megalo to go ahead and special summon 2 level 3 tokens. So the tokens hit the board, and then what we're going to do with those is synchro both the level 3 tokens, the Prince and the Diva, for a total level of 9, which is going to allow us to go for the Ravenous Crocosaur Arquetus, and of course on summon, we can draw cards equal to the number of non-tuner monsters we use for synchro summon. So we can draw an additional 1, 2, 3 cards just like that. So now at this point, we have 6 random cards in our hand, plus the Abyss Scale of the Mizuchi that we search, but it gets even better. So if we take a look, for example, what these 6 random cards may be, not too bad. Those are all like really, really good cards to work with. Depending on how good this hand may be, whatever we have at this point, even if they Nibiru now, like we have so much card advantage to work with. So it doesn't really matter ultimately if this combo doesn't like play around Nibiru very early on, because at this point or some point on, they might have already thrown the rock down here. But either way, we can continue and sort of, make this hand even better by using Dracosack to tribute itself off to destroy our Mistar Boy. And since Mistar Boy was destroyed by a card effect, we can add back any water monster in our graveyard that we would see fit to add nicely to our hand. So if we want to add Dragoons to our hand, because we think that's what the rest of our hand needs at this point, we can go ahead and add that back. But we're basically trying to draw into some power cards like Monster Reborn, Aqua Spirit, Deep Sea Arias, Pot of Avarice most notably. And it just, it's limitless at this point of what you can do from here. It really is up to you, and it will differ each and every time. This is sort of like, where so many paths branch off. But our Crocosaur alone at this point is at 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 attack. So this card can get over quite a bit of stuff at this point. But yeah, that's it for that combo. Now we're going to go ahead and do the last combo of the video. And for the last combo of the video, again, another Teus Dragoons variant here. This one is going to end on a much different field, and sort of maybe more of a more standard anti-Nibiru Teus Dragoons play. So we're going to start off here, much like we did in our last combo, by special summoning Teus by discarding the Dragoons. This time around, we're going to add Pike, and off of our Dragoons, we're going to add Prince. Next up, we're going to normal summon the Pike to discard the Dragoons, to add a level 3 water, which is going to be Gun, and then Prince will summon out the Dragoons from the graveyard. Now from here, we're going to go ahead and special summon from our extra deck the Bahamut Shark to go ahead and detach to summon out that Totally Awesome, and then we'll be able to search a Sea Serpent here, and that is going to be none other than Moulin Glacia. Now at this point, we're going to go ahead and link those two into a copy of the Marincess Coral Anemone. And again, at this point, we have yet to use the on-field effect of Prince, but first things first is we're going to summon this Moulin Glacia to our field while we have exactly 5 waters engraved. But now we're going to use Anemone to special summon out that Prince, and we're going to send Dragoons to add a copy of Dragoons and add a copy of Megalo. Now, before we summon the Megalo at this point, we're going to link off the Prince and the Anemone into a copy of that Mistar Boy, because we're going to need a little extra room for what's going to come later. But now we're going to summon the Megalo, discarding the Dragoons and the Gund. Of course, we're going to search a copy of Mizuchi, and then we're going to revive off of our Gund, which is going to be none other than the Teus, and then we're going to get to search a Sea Serpent from deck, which is going to be none other than the Lapis Dragon. So now at this point, we're going to go ahead and overlay the 2 level 7s we have and do a copy of not Dracosack, but since we are locked into waters, a copy of Mermail Abyss Gaios. But now we're going to link off the Lapis Dragon and the Mistar Boy into a copy of the Crystron Halqifibrax, and that is going to special summon out from our deck a copy of the Fishborg Launcher, which from here we can use to synchro off the Moulin and the Fishborg Launcher into a copy of the Ravenous Crocosaur Arquetus, which we then can draw an additional card. So it could be Pot of Avarice, but in this case it is just one random card, and we can equip our Abyss Scale of the Mizuchi. So that is that. And also want to note with this particular combo, since we do leave Needle Fiber on the board, you do have sort of options within the extra deck. I'm playing cards like Link Garibo and Brionek, but you could easily change out one of these cards for something like the Desert Locust. So per se on the opponent's turn, we can banish the Halqifibrax to summon out a card like Desert Locust and make them discard any random card that they have in their hand. To sort of, go along with the Moulin we hit him with, so they're down technically 3 cards. They only have half the cards that they originally had to work with to try to get through this field. And not to mention, of course, we would technically have, since that was a 2-card combo, an additional 1, 2, 3 random cards in our hand to work with. Also with that extra card we drew off the Ravenous Crocosaur. Hey guys, Winner from the future here. I wanted to go ahead and show you guys sort of an alternate version, another version of Teus Dragoons that you could do with this combo just by changing off what you link off with. We linked off in that last combo there the Moulin, or the Prince, but this is that same combo. If you leave the Prince and link off the Moulin first, it ends on a bit of a different play. So it's pretty much standard. Teus discards Dragoons. Dragoons is going to add us the Prince, and Teus is going to add us the Pike. Normal Pike, discard the Prince, add a Gund or any other level 3 if you already have Gund. Go into the Bahamut Shark, link into Anemone, summon Moulin, and then summon back the Prince. Use its effect to send Dragoons, add Dragoons, Megalo. Now here's where the change comes. We're linking off the Moulin instead of the Prince. We're leaving that level 1 on board. And now we're going to resolve Megalo. Gund is going to revive that Teus. And the Dragoons is importantly adding that Lapis Dragon. So now we're going to link off into Needle Fiber, summon out the launcher here, make Dragite, bring back the launcher, and then also make Trish. And even at this point, like I mentioned just a few moments ago, is that if you are playing the Desert Locust in the extra deck, you could tag this card out for Desert Locust, taking an additional card out of your opponent's hand, leaving them with essentially 2 cards, since this will take a card, the Moulin takes 2, and then obviously the Desert Locust takes another one for 4, leaving you with 2 interruptions. So they technically only have 2 cards left in their hand to begin with, and those cards you could both negate, since we do have an Omni Negate and a negate of a Spell Trap, which is pretty nice, with a nice pool of cards in hand as well. So I just figured I'd mention that real quick before the video ends. So yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for this combo video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully it was up to par. I haven't done combo videos in a very, very long time because I'm not too big of a fan of them. But like I said, I've been feeling pretty inspired to get some of them out there as of late. So that's going to do it for this one. Like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Again, don't forget to check out some of our links down in the description below. Don't forget to join Discord or follow me on Twitch if you want to see me play decks like this live. But yeah, every Sunday and Monday I stream, so don't forget to check it out, link below. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, WinnerKill signing out. We'll see you guys in the next one.